intentional community is a group of people who have chosen to live together or share resources on the basis of common values. Under the work of cooperation, resilience, liberation, over 1,200 communities have been formed across 6 continents. Each one has dedicated their efforts to their own mission and purpose: religion and spirituality, environmental sustainability, an interest in co-housing, or the desire for neighborly relationships.
Welcome to Greening Life Intentional Community in Shermansdale, Pennsylvania.
Greening Life Community, born into existence in 1972, has been dedicated to creating a web of neighborly homeowners and organic farm-style living. The community sits on 135 acres of land, much of which is under conservationship, untouched by man. Aside from the houses and communal amenities, the majority of the community is reserved for nature, be it forest and trails, birds and streams, or just hay.
I joined approximately 6 years ago. Greening Life was an intentional community founded in 1972 by 5 families that came together and bought the farm, 135-acre farm, with the small farmhouse that's in front of me here. And over the next several years, they started to build houses for each family. And the foundation for Greening Life was that these 5 families would come together to raise their children in a shared community atmosphere. I think the core values and purpose of Greening Life when it was first founded was to live in harmony with each other. And now everyone is totally independent. Each house sits on 2 acres, and we have the 100 acres of shared community space. We spend a lot of time and effort with CREP program, which is to keep invasive species out and tend to the forests and the trees. About 6 years ago or 7 years ago, Greening Life decided to put into trust the farm, the 100 acres, and we turned that over to Preservation Trust so it can never be developed. And then we enrolled the farm in CREP, which is a federal program where we rotate crops and cut hay for nesting birds and to attract wildlife and give natural habitats for species that may need it. With the woods, we have old growth and native trees that we don't cut for wood or for commercial purposes, so we're allowing the forest to go back to a natural state. Well, the community aspect is, we come together once a month for our business meetings. And then throughout the year, we have potluck dinners and we have community events and community picnics and that.
But not every intentional community lives on a farm. Those who live in more urban communities need to get creative with how they sustainably support their surrounding neighborhood.
As a community, our life together is an expression of practical radicalism.
Welcome! This is Poplar Place, located in Lancaster City, Pennsylvania.
In their mission statement, Poplar Place is described as a plant-based, Christian community committed to a shared vision of a more shalamic world. It was founded in the spring of 2018, and its vision was morphed by the personalities of the community members. Not only is hospitality and community involvement the cornerstones of Poplar Place, but so is the intention to get to know each other as deeply as they can.
I am actually one of the founding members of the community. We really started the community as an experiment. We felt a disconnect of really wanting to be more connected to people who are living in poverty and being able to share resources and being able to really share our faith life and live that out together. I would say one of our starting values was we really wanted the place and the people that we were committing to shape the community we would become.
Yeah, we don't get to choose necessarily the causes that are really important in our neighborhood and in our city. Being affirming and inclusive of queer folks is absolutely a big need in our city and community, but so is being really actively supportive of the Black Lives Matter movement.
In terms of our dietary and faith values, something that is really core to who we are is that all of our practices come from this shared belief in Jesus.
Our shared faith is sort of what we see as the source of our life together and our energy to do the things that we do and invest well in each other and in our neighborhood and city.
Some of us really enjoy liturgy, and that really speaks to us. Others of us are more charismatic and, like the worship and expression of faith. We've really tried a lot of different things to figure out how do we practice together.
One of my favorite parts of co-housing here is that we have a home-cooked meal 6 days of the week.
We don't expect that people before joining the community are vegan, but that within the household, they're committed to eating that way.
I feel like I'm becoming more well-rounded as I live closely with other people who I know and respect well enough to just be really open to learning with them.
Yeah, co-housing has made everything richer.
It's easy to get caught up in the unknown. We often get intimidated and shy away from learning about lifestyles different from our own. To live this way, sheltering oneself from understanding the multitude of cultures and ways of life, creates distance and a lack of understanding. The only way to cross barriers, allowing cultures to intermingle, is to indulge oneself in unfamiliarity.
I have a question for you.
Oh, go ahead.
What do you think, what have been your biggest takeaways from doing this documentary this time?
It's honestly really surprising. I genuinely feel like I've learned a lot about community.